Graphing basic functions with translations. Here we want to graph y equals the absolute value of the quantity x plus 4. First, we want to recognize what our parent function is, or what is the basic function that's involved in this equation, and that would be y equals the absolute value of x. From there, we want to identify the translation. So here we are adding 4 to the x value. I'm inside the grouping symbol, those absolute value bars, so I'm adding 4 to x. Now the transformation is going to move the entire graph to the left 4 units. The way I like to think about this is that when my number is next to x, it does the opposite of what I would think that it does. So plus 4 is actually going to shift my whole graph to the left 4 units. So we're going to start by graphing the parent function. The absolute value of x looks like a V shape. And then we are going to shift that graph over left 4 units. So this is y equals absolute value of x. And if I shift everything to the left, that vertex point at the origin is also going to move to the left. And so this is the graph of the absolute value of x plus 4. So we take that parent function and we go ahead and shift all of those points to the left 4 units. Now let's graph y equals x cubed minus 1. Here the parent function is the basic function y equals x cubed. And this time the translation is vertical. Since this minus 1 is outside the function, not with the x, it's going to move things either up or down, specifically down because this is a minus 1. So our translation is going to be down 1 unit. Let's start by graphing the parent function x cubed, which passes through the origin 0, 0. 1 cubed is 1, negative 1 cubed is negative 1, and then we have the general shape here. So this is y equals x cubed. And then we're going to move all of these points down 1 unit and create that same general shape to graph x cubed minus 1. And now we're going to graph y equals the square root of the quantity x minus 2 plus 3. This time, the parent function is y equals the square root of x. That is our basic function. And there are 2 translations. So the minus 2 that's with the x, so underneath the square root symbol, is going to shift everything to the right 2 units. So when something is with the x, it's doing the opposite of what you would think. It's moving everything to the right instead of left. And the plus 3 on the outside, that's going to be a vertical translation up 3 units. So we'll start by graphing the parent function, the square root of x. Well, the initial value starts at the origin, and then the square root of 1 is 1. And the next nice number to take the square root of is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So those are 3 key points on the graph of the square root of x that we would want to identify first. And then we're going to move each one of these points right 2 units and up 3 units. So the origin's going to move to the coordinate point 2, 3. And then 1, 1 is going to move up to 3, 4. And the point at 4, 2 is going to move up to 6, 5. Excuse me. And then we can go ahead and connect those points. And this is now the graph of y equals square root to the quantity x minus 2 and then plus 3.